Hi, good morning everybody. So now my dear students, today we will discuss the question answers of our chapter The Mughal Empire. Okay, so let's start. What were the central provinces under the control of Mughals? The central provinces under the control of Mughals were Delhi, Agra, and Panipat. We all know that Babur attacked Ibrahim Lodi, who was the last emperor of Delhi Sultanate, and captured Delhi and Agra. And the first battle of Panipat was fought in 1526. So he also captured Panipat along with Delhi and Agra. Now, question number 2. What were the relationships between the Mansabdars and Jagis? See, beta, I told you that Mansabdars were the persons who were having high ranks and positions in the kingdoms, and Jagirs were some of the tasks or the projects or the assignments that were assigned to them to get completed. Okay, so now let's read the relationship between the Mansabdar and Jagirs. Are the term Mansabdar refers to an individual who holds a mansab, meaning a position or a rank, whereas Jagirs were assignments or revenue given to the Mansabdars. Okay. Now, question number 3. What was the role of Zamindar in the Mughal administrations? As we all know that the role of Zamindars in the Mughal administrations was to Zamindars were local headmen of villages or powerful chieftains. They used to collect the revenue from the peasants. In some areas, Zamindars were very powerful. Zamindars and peasants were rebellion against Mughal authorities many times. Okay, we all know that beta at that period of time only the Zamindars were taken care directly to the king or the authorities of the Mughal empire, and they directly deal with them. So they were being treated as powerful in their villages, in their own villages, and they take the stand of their own people who were peasants and farmers. Okay, and it was the duty of the Zamindars to collect revenue from the peasants and to deposit it to the Mughal authorities. Okay, and sometimes even the Zamindars also led some conflicts with the Mughal authorities. Okay, now question number 4. How were the debates with religious scholars important in the formations of Akbar's ideas on governance? Like the question is saying कि अकबर के शासनकाल में जो धर्म के ऊपर नीतियाँ बनाई जाती थी उनके ऊपर क्या प्रभाव पड़ता था, अकबर के ऊपर उन सब का क्या प्रभाव पड़ता था. ओके, द डिबेट्स विद द रिलीजियस स्कॉलर्स important in the formations of Akbar's ideas on governance led the idea of sulh-e-kul or universal peace. Okay, I am repeating the answer. The debates with the religious scholars important in the formations of Akbar ideas on governance led the idea of sulh-e-kul or universal peace. Okay. Now, why did the Mughals emphasize their Timurid and not their Mongol descents? Okay. Now, answer is the Mughals emphasize their Timurid and not the Mughal or Mongol descents because Genghis Khan's memory was associated with the mosque of innumerable people. It was also linked with the Uzbeks, their Mongol competitors. On the other hand, the Mughals were produced of their Timurid ancestry, not least of all because their great ancestor had captured Delhi in 1398. Okay, so now question number 6. How important was the income from land revenue to stability of the Mughal empire? Beta, we all know that only the revenue system that came from the agriculture sector was only treated as the main source during all the time in the British period, in the Mughal period, in the Delhi Sultanate to run the trade and the administration system. Okay, in a kingdom. Okay, so it was really treated a source of living. Okay, so it was very much important, and let's discuss. So the importance of the income from the land revenue to the stability of the Mughal empire was important because they were maintaining a large standing military army. Salaries were given to the persons or the soldiers who were in the army and working in the kingdom. The Mughal Empire and their Mansabdars spent large amount on the purchasing of the goods from the peasants and artisans. Okay, like the people deal with the really good things, like they pay the salaries to the soldiers, they also pay the salaries to the peoples or the slaves who were working in their kingdom. Okay, and they also buy goods and services from the artisans, from the traders and the merchants who were selling the goods and services into the market. Okay, so the money was really important. Okay, now question number 7. Why was it important for the Mughals to recruit Mansabdar from diverse background and not just Turans and Iranians? Okay, answer is it was important for the Mughals to recruit Mansabdar from diverse background and not just Turans and Iranians, so that the work assigned can be done honestly and people should have trust to their Mansabdars and Jagirdars. Okay, so now these are your question answers of the chapter Mughal Empire, and I hope you will complete it and note down in your notebook. Thank you.